spelling, yes. Okay. Alright, everybody, welcome to episode 105 of the CosCast. So many now, I'm losing track.
I don't believe you. You can't lose track.
No, I just forget from time to time in the moment. But this episode will be about cosplaying original characters. And with us we have two wonderful guests who are going to be talking to us about the joys of OCs. So we are joined by Kinda Creative and the friendly Viking cosplay. Welcome!
Hello!
I am, as always, your main host, Pixie Dust Cosplay. And with me I have my wonderful co-hosts.
Annabella Cosplay, who currently looks like a Japanese boy ghost. Not by purpose, but that's just my default look, apparently.
And I am Anyasia Cosplay.
Yeah, welcome everyone. And also welcome to everyone in the chat. It's a party already, so active. So that's always a lot of fun. So just remember, if you have any questions during the episode, just type them in the chat and we'll get to them. Or if you have any comments or anything, that's appreciated too. And without any further ado, let's just go into our usual segments. So the first one is cosplay progress. So have we been working on anything cosplay related during this past week?
Just editing video, and it's not really cosplay related, but it's at least CosCast related. I got my t-shirt in the mail. The internet is dark and full of spoilers, so I guess this is still in our store, isn't it?
I'm not sure, actually. I would have to check that. Also, Sample says that my sound is quite low. Let me know if it's better now. I've adjusted some things, so hopefully that'll working. Yeah. I have not gotten my t-shirt yet, but I'm waiting for it. I'm getting the same one.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my t-shirt too, although I didn't order that one. I ordered the purple CosCast shirt, because I want a purple CosCast shirt. But I have done...
Yeah.
I have done some cosplay-related progress. I've actually sewn the skirt part of my Merida dress to the vest part. So they are attached now.
Progress!
Progress. And I've ordered a wig online for new cosplay that I want to do, which is Rin from... I want to do adult Rin from Inuyasha.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yes, and I really need a Sesshomaru, because I want ship pictures.
We all want ship pictures, always. Well, so you heard it. If there is a Sesshomaru out there, if anyone wants to make a Sesshomaru, Tonje really wants one to cosplay with.
Yes.
I haven't been working on anything, pretty much just because I'm so hella broke right now that I have no money for any new materials or supplies, so I'm just going to have to wait and see. But I would really like to start working on my OC Valeth, and also I want to make Percy from Critical Role. Those are like my two big projects this year. Percy. Love. Percy love.
I feel like I'm missing out so much because I haven't like gotten any of the Critical Role stuff.
Oh well,
It's so much content. It's so much content.
So good, but they've turned it into a podcast now too, so you can download it and just listen to it as a regular podcast.
It makes it easier to follow it, at least.
So yeah.
I might do that until I'm caught up, and then and actually watch it.
Yeah.
Like
Smart.
later on.
Yeah, there are so many hours of content. I understand that it's hard to like try to catch up to the fandom because there's like over 80 episodes now. It's crazy.
Yeah, because like I was there for the launch of it, and I saw the first episode, but that was like, I don't remember how many hours that was, and afterwards it was like
hours.
yeah, and afterwards it was like, oh, I'm done with this episode now, and I've seen it in like bulks over 4 days, and then it's like, oh no, we have like 3 more episodes that you need to watch, each of them just as long, and I was like, I cannot, no.
Well, right now there's 110 episodes, so...
Yeah, good.
But the nice thing about the podcasts are that they have been edited down for time, so most of them are like 2 hours, 2.5 maybe, because they've removed all of the pauses and all the unnecessary audio.
Mm-hmm.
So that might help a little bit, hopefully. But yeah, so that those are my plans. I plan on doing AKB 0048, which is an anime thing. But I'm not sure if I'm going to make that costume myself or if I'm just going to order it from eBay, because
I haven't decided either, but it would be a fun, like a small project that's just a tiny bit like difficult.
Yeah, because there are a
But
lot
not
of
too
parts and details, but it's not a huge costume per se.
And it's not tiny either, so get your mind at the right place.
Yes. No, so I've mostly been working on CosCast stuff and Fateful Fumble / Fate's Wind Saga stuff today. I put up a fan group on Facebook for people who draw fan art for Fateful Fumble or RPG show, and for people who just want to discuss theories or ships or whatever. So that's up. If anyone hasn't joined that yet, you can do that. Just search for the Fate's Wind Saga fan group, I think it's called. I should know this. I made it, but yeah, you'll find it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. How about you guys?
Tonje, you first.
Well, right now I'm not doing a lot of cosplay work because I just started school again. But I've been ordering some wigs because Aiden and I am planning to do some Riverdale cosplay.
Ooh.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Cool.
Do you keep posting a lot of pretty pictures on your Instagram though?
Thank you. It was a couple of weeks ago I got Aiden to join me to go and take some pictures of that Suns one.
They look amazing, so everyone should go and check out Tonje's Instagram now.
Yes.
Or
Thank
after,
you.
no. Or maybe, I guess Anita's probably gonna show some pictures. I don't know.
I have plans. I have pictures lined up. So yeah.
That's very good. For me, I have also just started school, and it's my second year in my master's degree. And I have managed to trick the system a little bit, so I will be doing cosplay as my master's.
Ah, cool.
That's nice.
And so I have done, in that way, I've done a lot of cosplay stuff lately, and I will be for the next year. And over that, I am going to focus on making Ned Stark and a lot of stuff for him. The master's assignment is going to focus on making his gambeson or armor suit, his weapons, and his weapons belt. And so I have been spinning linen for for a while now.
Yeah, I've noticed. I've seen you've been posting about it.
Yeah, it's so relaxing. It's so fun. Like, I've learned 2 ways to do it while sitting down, and one way to do it with a hand spindle. And I've been at it for about 7 hours total now, with just spinning, and I might have 20 more hours before I have enough for 1 sheet of linen in the size that is acceptable to bring to the master's exhibit. I'm not going to make like the whole gambeson out of hand-spun linen, luckily. But I will be making a large piece that I'm hoping to make the back of the costume.
Cool.
That's very cool.
It's getting
Yeah,
a lot of love in
you
the
know,
chat.
That's too.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the chat are like, Dad, yes.
I will have so many children in the Norwegian cosplay community after I actually manage to get to a con with Ned Stark. Like I've had to arrange with having main children from around. Like, okay, I have a main Arya, a main Sansa, and a main Jon, and everyone. Nobody's done Rob. Please do a Rob. You will be my only son. So yeah. But in October, I am going to Denmark to be foraging with stickweed cosplay, a Danish cosplayer, and I will be making the guard, like the handles for his main sword and for ice.
Wow.
Awesome.
And I'm doing metal turning this week, actually. And I'm making his dagger blade out of Damascus steel. That's also going to be during the next few days.
Cool.
That sounds amazing. Holy shit.
I'm an idiot. Why did I choose all this work for myself?
Because
Well-
it's gonna look amazing.
Yes, it's gonna look
Yes,
amazing.
true.
And you're a cosplayer, and we constantly make choices that make us go, why did I do this to myself afterwards?
Yeah.
It's
No,
okay.
luckily it's gonna pay off with the actual grade that I get for this master's
I would
assignment.
think so. I
And
would
also,
think
luckily, you get to work with something that you love.
so. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, no, that's a very good thing with actually doing a master's degree, because like when you're at this point, like this is like it's taken me 4 years to get to this point, and now I get to just do whatever I want as long as it has something loosely to do with the Norwegian school system.
Yeah, because Living Turquoise had that question. What are you studying actually?
I'm studying in Norwegian. It's fagdidaktikk, kunst og design at Høgskolen i Oslo og Akershus, HiOA. And that is like I'm taking this now after I've become a certified arts and crafts teacher, like a specified arts and crafts teacher for 3 years at a bachelor's degree.
Cool.
Cool.
Cecilia wants to know, when are you doing Ned Stark? And she also says, we can Photoshop your head on a stick or something, because I have the pink dress for Sansa.
Well, when I'm doing it, like I'm going to use my time on this, because like eventually this will be like how I try out for the NCC. And so if I like not if but when I compete with this, it will be like in my head I will have done everything that I possibly can to win a competition with that. And so it sounds really arrogant, but like I will do this at some point.
No, it doesn't
And
sound
so-
arrogant to
and
me.
so
It
Ned
sounds
is going
dedicated.
to take as long time as I'm going to use as long as it takes to get Ned perfect.
Yeah. It sounds
Sounds good.
dedicated. It doesn't sound arrogant. It sounds ambitious and dedicated.
Yes.
So there.
Yeah.
Also, Ranirab said in the chat earlier about her cosplay progress. She is working on Leclerc at the moment. And she is an NPC from our RPG show that has very rapidly become a fan favorite, apparently, because everyone is like, Leclerc, yes! She's finally...
Character. She almost died.
Yes, she almost died, and people were really upset about that.
If you're
including-
gonna make her die at some point, you have to make it a really epic moment.
It
So
would.
people are like, remember Leclerc.
Yes, it would have. It was emotional, y'all. I'm so excited to see what Ranirov comes up with, though. It's gonna be epic.
Yes.
And Tonje says, "CosCast stealing feels."
Yeah, we do that.
Yes, we do that. Sometimes it happens. Okay, let's move on then to cosplay news. So the first piece of news, Sunniva, I figured that you could maybe handle this part. It's about the whole NCC debacle.
Oh, what a lot of people have seen is that their GigaCon was posting about maybe hosting the NCC, and it seemed like the community was a bit like parted on this. And we don't really want to talk about it because there's really nothing to talk about, really. But it was just, I don't know, we just found it a bit weird. And we got like a bit like caught off guard, maybe, since GigaCon isn't really a cosplay convention, or we haven't, this year GigaCon doesn't even have any cosplay stuff on their poster. So we just thought it was a bit weird that they suddenly got the opportunity to to maybe host the NCC. And what I do like about the whole situation is that they ask the community for help. But I think it is very, very, very unlikely and very hard to actually come together with a competition in only 3 weeks. Because there's 3 weeks until GigaCon is hosted, so I'm not sure if this, will happen.
No, I would have to agree. It doesn't seem very plausible.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I didn't pitch in to any of the conversations that anyone had on their walls about the GigaCon thing, but mainly because I felt it was a little bit toxic.
Yeah.
Like the talks around it became more a bashing down on GigaCon more than it was like, this is not really a good idea and here's why.
Exactly.
So I just mainly stayed out of that, but like I still don't feel like GigaCon is the perfect place to have it, but a lot of people has pointed out, like I've seen a lot of comments pointing to the fact that like the NCC should at least, like the poll for NCC should at least be someplace open and not necessarily have people apply with folders and pictures and stuff like that, because the show part of it is such a big deal.
Yeah.
Like it's such a big part of it, so so a stage should be had, but I also agree that like it's too soon. GigaCon has not deserved the spot, and it was poorly received to the point where it was toxic. So,
yeah. But it's like we need to keep the NCC in the community, and we need to keep close as a community too, because it's so easy for it to fall apart. So it's just important that we all think about what we write, where we write it, and think about all the possibilities, because it is expensive to send a competitor to the NCC, and the community needs. We need to get this to happen. We can't only have one competitor.
No. We need to band together and do something and like organize it ourselves if we need to, is my opinion.
Exactly.
Because it needs to happen.
I think there's a lot that could be done about this situation. It's just that people have to be willing to do all the work that's needed, and it's a lot of work to get to organize a competition that can qualify for NCC.
Yeah.
And it can't be done in just 3 weeks.
No, for sure.
I say Aslak saying in the chat, the hashtag Norway should send one contestant 2017.
Poor Teresa though, all the pressure, just being alone.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, let's move on with the news, because
we're not going to spend more time on this because it's not worth mentioning more than we already have. Okay, so the next piece of news that I have lined up this week is some articles. The first one is an article from Kotaku.com, which features some of the best cosplays from Dragon Con 2017. So it's like it's an article with a video and a nice photo collection of amazing cosplays from Dragon Con, which was recently. And a few Norwegian cosplayers have actually attended Dragon Con this year, so we're thinking about having them on for a post-Dragon Con like review at some point in the future. So we'll see how that goes. So for you guys who are watching the episode, you can now see hopefully the screen shares. There are lots of cool cosplays that have been captured this year. The next piece of news is a League of Legends video that has been made by I think it was a Chinese cosplay team, and it's really well put together. And people should check it out. It's based on the arcade skins from League of Legends. So if you're into that game and into cosplay in general, this is a good thing to check out. It's really cool. And I've also posted links to all of the news we're talking about today on our Facebook page already. So if you want to see pictures or want to read the articles, you can just go visit our Facebook page at the CosCast, and you'll find it. Also, the next one, which is my one of my favorite pieces of news this week, is the Olenna Tyrell cosplay that was featured at Dragon Con recently.
Yes.
This one slays. It's so good.
Yeah. I've even seen a video of the woman who cosplays Olenna Tyrell, and she's filmed by her granddaughter, and the granddaughter is like, "Hey, you're at the front page of every big internet magazine. What do you think about that?" And she's like, "Huh? Like, what?"
What are you talking about?
Family who cosplays together. It's the granddaughter, the daughter, and the grandmother.
Aww.
They, three of them cosplay together, and she cosplays Olenna. I think she's cosplaying Olenna for a few years.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
There was one that cosplayed Olenna at Torukon as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, there
Yes.
was.
Yeah, that's right.
She was so good.
Oh, on
Yeah,
point.
So good.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think her costume was like yellow.
Hmm.
Yeah, I seem to remember.
With embroidery and stuff, it was
Yeah.
very, very beautiful.
It was very cool.
Elena's dresses are like so cool.
Mm.
They're so stylish and like really detailed.
Mm.
And she looks so regal. She's like always that like retired queen.
Yes. She's like, you basic bitches ain't got nothing on me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of Norwegian cosplayers who are really into Life is Strange, and the prequel to the series has been released and is getting good reviews so far. Has any of you guys tried it?
Not yet, but I'm going to. I just need to have a bit more time because right now I have so much things that I need to get done, so I don't really have time to play games that takes a lot of time, so no. But I'm going to, so no spoilers, please.
No spoilers.
No. I haven't played it yet, but I'm gonna see Jacksepticeye's playthrough. He has 2 episodes out. I haven't just gotten to them yet. That as well is gonna take a long time because each
Yeah.
episode is like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just waiting a bit. I think I'm gonna wait for him to have all of it out and then see it, like binge it for a day if I have some crafts or something.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played Life is Strange, the original one either, but people are saying that it's so good, and I really want to play it, but I don't have the time either. And it's
But
so
it
sad.
doesn't take that long. It's a very short game, but but you get like very caught up into the story because it has like segments. It's like watching a TV series. You just have to do one more before I go to bed. One more. So I just need to have the time to binge the whole game before I play it.
Yeah, and as well, like if you're interested in that, like watching a let's play is absolutely no shame, because especially for that game, which is so narrative, like you don't really lose that much. You lose the choices you would make, but you still see someone else making those choices.
Yeah.
And I've seen like the one that I paid attention to is Jacksepticeye's one, and Jacksepticeye can be a loud, obnoxious asshole, but he can also be really respected. Like, how do I say that? He can really respect the respectful, yeah, to the source material and to the games when they are really serious, and so yeah, like if you want a really good experience with that game, he has a really cool let's play of that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We've been hanging out too much because our speech patterns are becoming very similar.
Have you other pieces of news, or are you
Yes.
done?
No, I have more.
Okay.
Our dear friends, the Kiraras, who are a AKB 0048 dance group, are having a dance show on the 21st of October. That is the same day as Desicon Cosplay in Japan. They're hoping to get in on the program, but if they don't, they will still be holding a performance, probably outdoors outside of Oslo Congress Center.
That's cool.
Yes. So if you haven't checked out their event, you should go check that out on Facebook. Just search for the Kiraras AK0048 show.
That's awesome.
So go CC. You can do it.
Yes.
Also, ToruCon is hosting a Halloween party, Toruween, on the 28th of October.
That's right.
Yes! Do you have any inside scoops on that one, Tonje?
Actually, I don't have a lot of inside scoops on that one because it's planned by Carolina and Aurora, who's in Trondheim, and I'm stuck here in Oslo.
That's true. That's true. But it's awesome. They haven't hosted Toruween for a few years now, I think.
Yeah, it's been some issues with, all of us have been in school and there's a lot of things going on, so we haven't had time. But this year they were very determined to be able to do it again.
Cool.
I really love that ToruCon has like the ToruCon Christmas thing. They have Toruween. They have the 17th of May parade thing.
And Pride Parade.
And it's amazing. I just love that ToruCon is always out there and doing things. That's very cool.
Oh, it makes me very happy to hear.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
That was all of the news for today. So Sunniva, you can take away the main part of the show where we talk about OCs.
That's why I asked you about the news, because I have 2 more things.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The first one is I just want to mention that there's going to be a cosplay flea market the 7th of October at Deismakia Bibliotek in Oslo. So you can come and sell cosplay stuff that you don't need anymore, or you can buy some cosplay stuff that other people are saying, and there's a event for this on Facebook, so you can check it out and stuff like that. And also there's going to be a workshop. Beth Canard Cosplay is having a workshop where she's going to teach you how to make Eva foam helmet, I think. And this is going to be the 23rd of September. But where? In their webpage did not work very good. It's gonna be in Moss, so there's gonna be you need to sign up for that one. Yeah. Then I'm done with the news.
Okay, cool. Now you can take it into the main part of the show, where we talk about cosplaying original characters and what is an original character for those out there who may not be too familiar with the concept and things like that.
Yeah. Aren't you gonna show pictures first?
Oh yeah, that's right. I should do that. Totally. I'm in control, I promise. All right.
Professional podcast.
Oh yes, always. No, but okay. So the first image is I'm going to share Eivind first because that's just how it happened. And this is your original design for Link that you made out of an old suitcase or 2, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I did. I think I told that story last time I was on, so if anyone wants to check that out, go check out the last episode that I was in.
Yes. I think you got a wedding proposal in that one too. I think you got a wedding proposal in that episode too.
In the last episode, yeah, I got I had a wedding proposal. That will be not necessary this time though, because I'm actually engaged.
Yeah, there you go. Progress.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And I am getting married to Trina's Imaginarium for a cosplay page, so go check her out as well.
I love
shameless promotion.
It's you're allowed to.
Yes, you guys are adorable.
We know.
That's good. All right, next one is your gender-bent Ursula cosplay, which was so cool.
Thank you.
So crazy cool. This was a photo by us, actually. And the other one was by Danarchy Photography. It's important to remember to credit your photographers always.
Truth.
Yes. This, I think I remember you saying that this was a bitch to make and walk around in.
Most definitely. It wasn't a bitch to walk around in. The crafting of it was a bitch because, like, getting the tentacles to work and having I had to have a harness underneath that I had crafted separately, then crafted the tentacles with the vest that was going over, then fastening the vest to the harness underneath. Um, that was like getting the puzzle pieces to fit and just jamming them together and hoping something would work. So yeah, no, that was the difficulty. But walking around in it was surprisingly easy, and especially when I was supposed to sit down, I was really nervous that I wouldn't be able to sit anywhere for the duration that I had it on. But then I figured out I could just sit straight down, and I have like 6 beanbags all around me, so I can really lounge in any position that I want to. And it was like backwards, and I was like forwards on them, and I was like sideways on one, and yeah. So the only real thing that was difficult was finding places for my feet,
Oh, there you
because
go.
if I had them underneath one of the tentacles, people would trip over the tentacles and my feet if they kicked me.
All right. Well, I think a lot of cosplayers probably have at some point thought, "Oh, I wish I had a pillow built into this cosplay."
Yeah. No, but like, if you if you plan on making that pillow, please place it under your ass. It's gonna make things so much easier.
Yeah, I believe you.
You can actually install like a small, you know, those chairs that fishermen have when they're out fishing. You can install one of those in that.
Yeah, like a
Ursula
fold-out
costume.
chair.
You don't need it since you have the beanbag thing, but like
Hmm.
in the future you could.
It's an idea.
Yeah, no, I'm planning on getting a new photo shoot with Ursula actually, um, because I have it stored at a friend's place because he could take it from me, like uh, from the Last Band's Icon where I wore it, and we were supposed to have a shoot the week after, and then I'd take it and store it somewhere else. But it started to snow, and so it was impossible to get the shoot, and so it's been there since Band's Icon.
Wow, that's
Oh,
like a
Uh,
year.
Like a year ago.
Yeah, and so I'm sorry to the person that I'm still storing Ursula like but yeah, we're gonna have the shoot hopefully soon, and then I'll move it from there.
Mm. Good plan, good plan. All right, let's move on then. This is Tonje in her one of her original character cosplays. This was inspired by the Raven Rings, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. After I read The Raven Rings, I was like, oh my god, I want to cosplay from that series because it's one of my favorite series. But there was a lot of people that was doing Hirka, and I was like, I want to do Hirka at some point, but right now I would like something else. And I was planning on doing Illuma, but I didn't have any proper wigs or something, and I didn't have a lot of time, so I was just like, you know what, I can do like a random character from this universe.
Mm.
And that's
I
how this
love it.
happened.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Did CD Petterson did you post this on your your Instagram and stuff?
Yeah, I did, and she liked it.
Yes, she always does. With her band. It's amazing.
I think
Your
your mic
sound just
shorted
cut out through
yeah.
all of that.
Yeah, we didn't hear anything.
Underwater,
What?
under the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your sound completely cut out from you, so we didn't hear a thing you said.
Oh, that's too bad. I just said that CD Petterson is really great with her fans. She always comments on stuff when you tag it with like Raven Rings and tag her. So yeah, she's awesome, and this costume is awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Cool. All right, I'll move on then. This is another one. This is like a steampunk OC.
Yeah, that's right. Me and a couple of friends, we were talking like, oh, steampunk, that's really cool. But we don't really know a lot of steampunk series, so we didn't have like any specific characters we wanted to make. But we were like, you know what, we can just make some steampunk outfits and just have fun with it.
Mm. Cool, and I can see from the buttons on your friend that this was during last year's Toricon.
No, it was actually during last year's Desicon. And we
Oh,
had
she
the
just
buttons
brought
from
the buttons.
Yeah, and it was Pride Week in Oslo, so we were like, you know, we should bring like all the rainbow colors.
Perfect.
That's so cool. But the thing with cosplay is that it's really fun that you can do just a outfit that you want to do.
Yeah.
And it's not you can't, well, you can, but I couldn't have gone like that to work. People would have, looked at me funny. But that's what's so great with this. It's like you have this place where you can wear whatever you want. It's amazing.
Mm.
All right,
It's so fun to just be able to express yourself and make your own designs and have fun with it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. This one is the last one that you sent us. It's sort of like I don't know if it's a lady of the lake or a nymph or...
I'm not sure which one it is because the YouTube with the pictures is a...
Yeah, no, it's you in the water with long silvery gray hair.
Yeah, it's the newest pictures that Aiden and I was taking took a couple weeks ago. Basically, I just think it's really, really fun to do body paint, and I had a shoot in water earlier this year, and I was like, I want to do it again because it was really fun. And I didn't have any costume that was suitable, so I was like, let's just do a lot of body paint and wigs and have fun with it.
Mm.
It looks amazing. It looks so cool.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's gorgeous. I've never shot in water before, but this one makes me really want to have a shoot in water, although it might be a little bit too late in the year for it right now.
Yeah.
It wasn't that cold when we went, but might get very cold very soon.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just have to like find a random pool somewhere.
It shouldn't be impossible though.
No, it shouldn't be. All right. So basically, I feel like these pictures are able to portray to our audience that you guys have some experience working with original characters and making your own designs and things like that. So you guys are really good people to have on the show to talk about this specific subject.
Yeah, because we want to see more OCs in the cosplay community.
Yes.
The first question is, and I guess whoever wants to talk first, let's just say Tonje, you can go first, and Aiden can go second. If that's
Sure.
How did you get into cosplay, and how long have you been cosplaying?
Well, I've always found costuming very funny and always enjoyed Halloween and stuff like that. But I didn't know that cosplay was actually a thing until I was done with high school. And back in 2011, me and a friend, we discovered that, oh, there's a thing called Desicon that's in Oslo, and they dress up and it looks like fun. Let's go there and check it out. And after we were been there in 2011, we were like, okay, we want to continue with this. And when we came back to John, and we discovered that, oh, it's a thing called Turicon. Let's go check that out as well. And after that, kind of just, it got a lot of it.
Yeah, it's like when you've tried it once, you just need more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been doing it a bit on and off since 2011. But I've been doing kind of more original characters than proper cosplays.
But it's still proper cosplay.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Not based on existing characters would probably be a better way to say it.
Yeah. How about you, Aiden?
Well, for me, I answered this the last time as well, but I'm gonna give an abbreviated version. I've been cosplaying now for 6 years, and my first one was the Desicon as well in 2011, and I heard from the friends that I was going with that, oh, cosplay is this thing where you make your costume from the ground up with everything. And so I really took that to heart, and I was like, which characters do I want? Oh, I want Link. Link has a sword. I need to make a sword. I don't want a wooden sword. I want a sword. And so I made a sword. I showed up with a metal sword in hand, trying to get into Desicon at my first con. and I joined the cosplay competition, and I managed to quarrel myself. Like I stood for half an hour, with the crew, and like nagged them to like, okay, I'm going to be at the cosplay competition. You can have the sword until then, but you come up there, you give me the sword when I go up, and then you get it back when I go down. And I I remember uh, the um, the guy talking to the contestants and stuff on stage was like, "That's the sword, yes. So if I jab that into my throat, I will die. Yes. How did you get that past security?" But yeah, no, that was really fun, and so yeah, I just fell in love with cosplay, and for Ned Stark, I am doing metal swords again, which also I am not going to get into any cons ever.
No.
Well, you can use it at stage at least.
Yeah, stage props, and of course in pictures. I mean, they will be extremely epic, and I'm so looking forward to having shoots with Ned.
That sounds cool. It seems like 2011 is the convention or the year where everyone started. Even the dude in the chat saying that that was her first convention too. This one that year. So that's cool. Living Turquoise is really loving OCs and own designs, and he's agreeing that they are very fun to make. Lucia Farah is saying that it was super fun wearing my OC to TourDeCon. Tonje, which is in the here with us, is talking about stuff. The other
Under the sea.
Right back.
No idea what's happening with your mic today. It's weird.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just stop talking then.
No, don't worry. Just repeat back.
But I don't know what you heard and what you didn't hear.
Not much.
I mean, you cut out a bit before you held up two fingers and was saying something too.
I have no idea. Oh, I just said that we have two Tonjes in here, so we should probably settle who's who. So Tonje and Yasia would probably be easier. I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe.
I was basically just saying that people in the chat loved OCs.
Yeah.
The second question is, what is an original character? So Tonje, you might go first.
Oh, it's a character that you make yourself that's not necessarily based off any existing character. So it could be like based on an existing universe, like when I did the Raven Ring costume. But it's not any of the specific characters that already has been described in the books or in the movies or whatever you choose to base it on. Or you can just make something that you think looks really cool without basing it on any like existing universe.
Good answer.
Yeah. My way of doing OCs though is a bit different because I've always ground them in specific characters. For example, like my Link is Link only at age 40, where he's understood that like, oh, armor, that's smart. And with Ursula, it's a gender bend, where I've also altered some of the details on, like, for example, how the tentacles are draped over the shoulders, the crown, with the design of that. She has bling, so I have a crab's head on my thumb, for example. And so, like, my way of doing OC is basically I do something original with an existing character. And so yeah, that's it. That's a slight difference. But like, if you're gonna do a true OC that doesn't have ties to anything necessarily of that, you could, for example, you could say like, I'm gonna make an elf based around the Lord of the Rings universe, but it's not one of the main characters or anyone that you've actually seen.
Yeah. That's good. But I think also like in competitions, usually you can't compete with the OC, and that's understandable because the judges need to judge you upon likeness and such to the real character. But there are competitions where OCs are allowed, and then there's always like gender bent versions, adult versions, all the versions. So I guess that all of these kind of summarizes into the OC category. There's just sub under
That's
category.
very true.
So yeah. Third question: what is the different about cosplaying an OC compared to a regular character?
Well, I think that would depend on who you ask. For me, it's like I feel a lot freer when I cosplay an OC than a regular character, because when I'm making an OC, it's like I can do whatever I want to. I don't have to care anything about reference material. I can just do what I think is fun. While on the other hand, when you do have the reference material, it might be easier to plan out what you want to make and how to make it. So it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh
yeah,
you go ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, no, that's mainly what I feel as well. Like you have more freedom with an OC than you do with a set character.
Yeah. No. Also, it makes it easier to maybe play the part. You're not afraid to destroy, if I can say it like that, someone else's interpretation of that character. Let's say that I'm doing Ariel from Disney, and I'm doing it wrong in some other person's eyes. You can't do that mistake with an OC, because that's just your own character. So.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, I've only done like a few OCs in the past. Like I had a Sith that was just my own random Sith character from Star Wars, and I made a steampunk fairy at one point, which was one of my first cosplays actually, and it was very fun because you didn't really have anyone. I didn't feel like I had a pressure to make things screen accurate or make certain things look a certain way, and if I wanted to add something I could, and if I wanted to take something away I could, without really having to think much of it, and that was very freeing.
Yeah, I feel the same way about making OCs, and it's also like if I fuck something up, I can just be like, no, that was totally meant to happen. That's totally how it should be.
Yeah.
Hashtag battle damage.
Yeah. Hashtag battle damage. Yes. Absolutely.
That's really fun. Like if you destroy a seam, it can be like, no, it was supposed to be like that because my character is horrible at sewing.
Yeah.
That's the best excuse I've ever heard.
Yeah.
But you could say that because it's an OC. I don't know.
Yeah, you could. But yeah, no, never mind.
What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say that also the same thing really applies with established characters that you like gender bend or reimagine. It also takes a lot of the pressure away, because all you have to think about really is like some colors and some shapes that are kind of similar, and then everything else is just up to you.
Yeah.
It's like with our modern Disney princess cosplays that we did earlier this year. That was a lot of fun, and it was just, completely made up.
Yeah.
But people still got that, we were doing Ariel, Snow White, and Merida anyway.
Very true.
Which is very fun.
Yes. And Yassia, do you want to take over?
Where did you left off?
Aren't you paying attention? Shame.
You're like all zoned out, like.
Oh, she's too, she can only think of mushrooms.
Yeah. It's only mushrooms.
Your mound of mushrooms next
Yeah,
to you.
The spores, they spread and they can get stuck
in
your
your brain.
So it's,
starting to sound an awful lot like The Last of Us up in here. I'm scared for you, genuinely. No, we're on question 4.
4.
Yeah.
All right. Why do you enjoy playing OCs? Cosplaying. OCs.
Well, I've already touched a bit upon it, but for me it's a lot about the freedom. Like, I can be creative and not feel that I have to make something screen accurate, and it's like I can just have fun, and that's really a big part for me. And also like it gives me the opportunity to plan, for example, photo shoots like the one I had in the water, because it was like, it's fun. I want to do it again. I don't have any cosplays on, you know, already existing characters that would be suitable for doing this. So let's just make one and have fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have I've also just said the same about about why I like it, but I've seen a couple of reasons why people don't like cosplaying OCs. It's not that they don't have OCs to cosplay or that they don't have ideas for OCs, but they don't want to cosplay them because they get the question like, "Oh, who are you cosplaying?" And they're like, "Oh, it's an OC." Oh, okay. And then they just don't. They're not asked anymore. Like they don't get to elaborate, and people don't get to share in their enthusiasm for the character. And so a lot of people are put off by that. And like for me, every time I meet someone making an OC, or like if I have the time, I'll stand in there and ask them about the OC. Like, okay, where's it from? Do you have any? Do you have any like backstory for it? Do you have any like why do they wear something special on their belt, or why did they wear this color, or like things like that, and let them elaborate, because I don't think like I don't know if that's normal or not normal, but like that's how I choose to approach like talking to people about their OCs, because they get like some of them get so enthusiastic when they finally get to talk about their character. And I think that should be just normal, because they've put a lot of effort into making this character and designing it from the ground up, so they should get the chance to actually talk about it.
And for some people, it could be very personal, especially when they like make a backstory and everything, and then it can be like, oh, nobody cares. That hurts a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of answers the next question as to why do you think it's important to encourage other cosplayers to cosplay their own characters, and if so, why?
No, it's good because it just it encourages that creativity, that creativity that they as an individual have, because like I'm not saying that cosplaying as a whole is not creative. Of course it is.
It's super creative.
Yeah, you get creative ways of making different things. You get super creative in finding reference pictures. I've heard so many stories of so many convoluted ways of getting reference. But it's like when you're building something from the ground up, you need to think like, okay, like why do I have this on the character? What does this piece give to the whole of this character? Is there something personal on this character? Where is it from? Like all of those things has to be in a package. Of course, you can just make an OC just to make something look cool, but like at least for me, having an OC, like that, half the fun is just elaborating on the backstory for it. I wrote like 7 pages on my Link cosplay just as an elaboration of what happened between the game that he was from and up until the point where he understood that armor was cool.
That's almost like fan fiction.
Yeah,
it definitely was fan fiction, because it had extra characters that like nobody else but me just knows who is, and it had dialogue, and it had like it had the whole quest line where he got like the big Oron sword from Ocarina of Time, and it was like it was so like there was so much work that I put into that, which no one has seen. Nobody. Like only I have seen that shit, and it's yeah, like that's half the fun for me. That and the crafting, and then the showing off of it, like wearing it to a con, is 1% of the whole thing. And like I mean, cosplaying is basically just sit and make stuff for a really long time, then wear it, then start over.
Hmm.
But I don't know. It's good to encourage that that creativity where people can just go nuts with whatever they want, in their own mind and from their own imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw in the chat that someone commented that they would like to cosplay OCs, but they are too shy. And I was also way too shy to begin with, so it helps if you like can get a group of friends or something. And like we did with the steampunk, uh, like just ask a couple of friends, hey, can we do this thing together? It makes it a lot easier.
Mm.
Mm,
That's very true.
yeah. I was
Um,
kind of opposite. My first cosplay at a convention was an OC because I didn't want to make any existing characters because then I would get judged by how much I didn't look like that character.
Oslak, just to quickly say, like he's written a lot of comments
Yeah,
that basically
lots.
boil down to the last one, that he says that you're making a lot of fuss about something that I don't really think is a problem, and on a whole, it might not be a problem. Like as you said earlier, Oslak, that why would you go up to someone? Why would you go up to someone that you don't know with a character that you don't know and talk to them about it? And I'm not saying that you should do that. Like, if it's a person that you just don't know, that's one thing. But like, say you're in a circle of people and where friends of a friend is standing right next to someone that you know, and it's a natural conversation, and then it's it's brought up in a conversation, like the different cosplays that people do, and when it gets to that person, that happens. I think it's a situation where like that, where those things happen, and it's not a grand issue that the costume, that the cosplay community as a whole necessarily needs to care too much about. But when you're in those situations, that's basically what I've heard from a lot of people, that happens, and that's when it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like, I think it's nice to compliment people either way. Like you don't have to go around a convention and compliment everyone you see, but it's just that, oh, what are you cosplaying? Are you cosplaying from the Lord of the Rings? Like, no, okay. It's like just ask, like, oh, just if you start commenting or asking questions, at least don't react respectively. That's all.
Mm.
Yeah, yes, I know. I know the feeling one can get if you're making an OC character based off, for instance, Lord of the Rings, and you kind of go with the group, and then someone asks to take a picture, and of course you're not recognized as a existing character from that movie or genre, and then you get asked to step aside. And I mean, for as a new cosplayer at that time, that hurt. I remember very well, but no. So
Yeah, that's not like a good thing to experience. It's definitely hard, and the thing is that nobody else knows about it. It's just for that one person that experienced this, it just gets so much worse when stuff like that happens, and it does. It's like if you're in a group of friends, everyone is from Game of Thrones, only one person is just a random
Westerosian.
yeah, but still from that universe, still that those kind of subjects like, no, I just want, the important people you can be inside. It's like, oh, gee, thanks. Important.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess that's a risk you run when you do an original cosplay, that people won't recognize you, and it's sad, but that's gonna happen just because that's a choice you make, and people can make an effort to not be rude about it or not try to exclude you or anything, but not everyone is going to be as interested in an OC as a well-known fictional character from an established universe.
Yeah, I know, and I've also experienced being OC and got included into group photos with existing characters just because I kind of fit in, because I look like them. You know?
Yeah, so it can go both ways.
It can go both ways.
Yeah.
I think it's like important to be aware that, you know, not everyone is going to be interested, but that's the same if you are cosplaying an existing character as well, because not everyone is gonna care about that character or that series or whatever universe it's from.
Exactly.
This is very
could be
true.
like, just not be rude about it.
Yeah. And I also want to bring up something that Aslak said in one of his previous comments, is that he's taking a break from cosplay now, but he's working on making separate pieces that fit into his own kind of universe thing that he's made up, and he does it because it brings him personal joy. And that, I think, is a really important part of doing original characters, is that it gives you so much joy. Because like Avon, when you were talking about the whole backstory you made for your Link, you were so excited about it. I mean, you could hear it in your voice. It's like, I had dialogue, I had characters that don't even exist in the universe, and you know, you were clearly, this is something you had so much fun doing, and that, I think, is like the cornerstone of doing original characters, because it's just so much fun. You're doing it because you love it, and it gives you something in return to put in all that
I tend
effort.
to go overboard, though. I just need to say it. I tend to go way overboard.
Yeah, you don't have to write a whole backstory just to do a OC. You can only do an OC just because you think it looks cool.
Yeah.
There doesn't have to be any more reason than it gives you joy. That's all you need. I just also want to say one comment from Fjellandaris in the chat, because she said, I've been more recognized in my OC cosplays than in my real cosplays, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. And I think my personal opinion of why it's important to encourage other cosplayers to cosplay their own characters is that because you get so much more satisfaction with being that your own character in a totally different way than cosplaying real characters, but you don't cosplay original characters to get the attention from others, because that is quite rare to get. You do it for your own pleasure.
You should do it because it's fun for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you don't think that sounds fun, that's fair. It's not for everyone, but if you think it might be fun, just try it.
Yeah. Because it's really fun.
It is.
Cece commented recently, so this episode is clearly going on overtime, which yes, it has already. No surprise there.
No.
So let's just try to move on a little bit.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any good tips for people who want to cosplay an OC but have never tried it before?
Like I mentioned earlier, if you're scared to cosplay an OC at a con, for example, try to get some friends together and maybe make a group. That's a nice way to start. Or else just have fun with it. Don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the same. Like, have supportive people around you. Share your ideas. Like, you don't need to share the 7-page backstory, but you can like talk to people and be like, oh, I really want to make this character, and I'm thinking of these pieces and these pieces, and then maybe hear if they have some cool ideas. Like, do you want to brainstorm like a weapon for this character, for example, or a cool prop, or like, what do you think the hairdo for this should be, and stuff like that, and you can work off each other. And especially if there's another person wanting to do an OC, like, you can trade off ideas to each other, and yeah, just make it fun for you to work on the original character. And if you want to make it secretive, of course, make it secretive, and then the secret of it can be the most fun part. But just, yeah, make it something that you want to work on when you get home from either school or work or a friend's place. And yeah, try to do something every day. For example, like paint a small detail, or sew a seam, or just draw concept art, or yeah, just
Yeah. Lucia
it fun.
Farah in the chat says that she's really curious about your backstory now, so I think you have to post it online.
Yeah, I
God.
think people will have to read it.
Yeah. If people want me to, then they should nag me on my social media pages, and maybe one day I will actually write it out like properly, with corrections for all the bad things that are in it. But yeah, okay,
Awesome.
I might do that sometime. But people nag me for it first because I'm not going to do that on my own.
This, I guess, is that if you're making an OC, you want people interested in your OC, you should show your passion. You should just show it and just share whatever you want to share. And if people are interested, they will, start talking to you. Don't expect people asking you questions first, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, unless you have, like this super awesome best friends who make an entire movie on your character. Like,
True.
like
Cool Baggins.
Odo Sackle Baggins.
Oh, yeah.
That character is the best. Also, Randolph says that that's basically what is happening with Clan Lavalon, which is basically we've become this huge fancy elf squad who are going to do Inquisitor Lavalon cosplays at Spill Expo, and they're all closet cosplays or original character designs, so that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I totally have a cosplay in mind for that I already have in my closet.
I feel left out now.
Yeah, you have to join the fancy elf squad.
Do it. All right, last question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite OC cosplays you have ever done?
I don't think I'm able to choose because I've had fun in all of them, and like I like different part about the different costumes. Like the steampunk was really fun because steampunk is really cool, and it was really fun to do it with friends. While the Lady of the Lake thing was like it was really fun photo shoot, and it was really fun to work with the pictures afterwards. And no, it's hard to choose a favorite.
For me, it has to be Link. I mean, not only because of the 7-page backstory, but because of all the work that it took and all the stories that I have. For example, like you said, the 1 or 2 suitcases that I used for it, that I picked up on separate occasions. Like, that's a story in and of itself. Like, drawing out the designs, figuring out how to make the Bigoron sword, the shield. I have had 2 shields for Link. The friends that I've made wearing that costume, like I've gotten to know 3 very good friends of mine now who are cosplay photographers through that cosplay. Like that was the first pictures they took of me. That was with that cosplay, and then and yeah, like I've won a second prize at. Which was it? I don't remember which con I won anything over now, which is very stupid of me. But like I've won a competition, like a third place for a competition with that. And so it's just I have so many good memories with Link, so it has to be Link.
Cool. Yeah. Also, people are very excited about a dramatic reading of your backstory. They want a live-streamed dramatic reading of your Link backstory. Or, at the least, Cecilia says, but Evan, do you have Wattpad? So...
I do not have Wattpad. What is pad?
I don't know.
I do not.
But
yeah,
yes.
No, a dramatic reading. I would be happy to make a video with the dramatic reading if I actually got to write the story out fully. That could be like my side project while I get frustrated with my master's degree. Like, no, I need to write something with this.
Yes. We need that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you know that there is demand.
Might be a Christmas present for my followers or something.
Sounds great.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, absolutely. We need this in our lives.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on to the last part of the show, which is geekery. So, have we watched, played, listened to, or read anything we would like to recommend to our viewers lately? Our guests,
Yes.
maybe they want to start. Oh, it sounds like Sunniva wants to start.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if I'll start.
Yeah.
Tell me if I go under the sea again, because yeah. I've recently I've been yesterday actually. Early in the morning we drove up to a place close to Sogndal in Norway. It's a place called Luster where they have an old sanatorium. I've probably talked about it 100 times before. I'm in a group called Norwegian Ghost Hunters. We do like tech surveys of hauntings and stuff. We don't use mediums or any stuff like that. But the fun thing is that we have been collaborating with a team from Sweden who is again collaborating with some Swedish YouTubers called Jocke and Jonna. They are quite big in Sweden, so we had like this big production team up there at this old sanatorium building, which was amazing. They had like helicopters and yeah, it was crazy. And it was really, really, really fun. I guess the video for that will be out in like 2 weeks or something, or maybe more. I'm not sure, but I'm probably gonna share it. So, yeah. I'm a bit tired because we've been doing this. I think we packed our bags like at 5 a.m. this morning. Then we drove back to Oslo, which takes like 6-7 hours. So I came home like around 2. Just been sleeping a few hours in the car. Fell asleep in the bathtub. Fell asleep for like a half an hour, and now I'm here, and I need to sleep soon because I don't know which part of the day it is really.
Yeah, you're rambling.
No.
It's cute though.
The thing is, with the sanatorium, there's this guy who lives here. He lives up there by himself. And he collects like every small thing. He collects everything. So if you're like a cosplayer who likes to use old buttons, old needle things, old stuff that people usually just call junk, you should probably check out this guy because he has everything that you might need. And he sells stuff, and he also is open to do photo shoots up there, so he can lend out like photo equipment. He has, I think it's like this location is huge and it's perfect for do like post-apocalyptic photo shoots. And he loves cosplay, and he really, really would welcome every cosplayer to come up there and do photo shoots and stuff. Yeah. Now I'm done.
Awesome. So excited. It sounds so cool. I really want to have a shoot up there. I just don't have any appropriate cosplays for it yet. But maybe.
High School of the Dead.
Yeah. do a Saya one and just go full on cosplay.
Maybe.
High School of the Dead.
Cecilia's really nagging at you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am noticing you.
Register, please, Dad. Ranira is saying, Fateful Fumble podcast, thank you, sweetie, because she's cosplaying from it. And Ryurai says, I watched an anime called Natsu no Arashi, which was really fun, so she recommends that, and also Fateful Fumble. So, thank you. Let's see. Yeah. Ranira also saw It in the movies. Much recommend. I haven't.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
I don't
need
want
to see the original again first. I don't remember anything that happened in the first one.
No. I remember that there was this creepy shower scene in a sink full of blood or something, and that's all I remember from that movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to see it again, to be honest.
I mean, Tim Curry clown. How can that be bad?
I know. It's amazing. He plays in Home Alone, so...
Yeah, you know. Tim Curry.
Is there anything else? Oh yeah, I've been watching some AKB0048 like dance videos online on YouTube, like for Aitakata. So I'm going to try to start to teach myself one of the dances from AKB. So yeah, that'll be good because I am not a good dancer at all. So
Yeah, you are.
no.
You guys' dance video, by the way, was amazing. It was so fun to watch.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna make more because we're going to try to practice and do that same dance over and over again, just to see if we can improve.
We have one idea of doing it, all three in our Link costumes.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Next year on TwitterCon, you're doing that on stage.
Please do.
Yeah.
If we put up a Patreon, that could be one of the rewards. If we hit this goal, we will perform big bang 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 in our Link costumes at TwitterCon. There.
God.
The challenge is out there, people. We're just.
What are you doing to me?
We just need to set up our Patreon first. But we're working on it, so it's coming. So yeah, please support us, everyone, when that time comes. It will be amazing.
So if I can come with a recommendation,
Yes.
I have just recently read a comic that's amazing. It's called Monstrous.
Oh, I have that one.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Like the story is incredible, and the artwork, it's just can't even begin to describe it.
Monsters.
Seriously, check it out. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I saw the comic at I think I saw it at KawaiiCon because Outland is selling it, I think.
Yes.
So and it looks really cool. So I'll have to write that down. Check it out.
Yes.
No, I actually have 2 issues. Is that like my fiance has read both of them and she's loving them, and so I need to get on that bandwagon.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh, and Lucia Ferrer says in the chat, I began listening to one of the podcasts that was recommended earlier this week. I've been laughing my ass off. Which one did you start listening to? I'm curious now.
My dad made a porn, I guess.
Probably my dad wrote a porno.
That is so fun. Me and the Fuzzy Teddy Inn actually had some crafting weekends a while back, and like during the whole time we were crafting, we had my dad wrote a porno, Belinda blinked in the background. Oh my god!
It's so good. It's so bad. It's so good. It's.
The Belinda blinked drinking game would also be a lot of fun
Oh
one evening.
Yeah.
I guess we would die pretty quickly, but yeah, it would be fun.
Rounded says, "Get that Patreon up now!" Oh yeah, Lucia Ferris agrees. My dad wrote a porno. That's what she started to listen to. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't you glad you listened?
Oh.
But anything else we want to recommend before we sign off?
The book series based on the Witcher games.
Yes.
I just started reading book number 2 now, and it's very good. Yes.
Ah, good.
There you go. I haven't had time to read a lot lately, but I started watching Voltron last week. So I've only seen the first episode, but it was really, really good, and it was really funny. So I can only recommend that people watch Voltron and, you know, get lots of space dad fun in their life.
Dream Dad.
Yeah. Dream daddies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me with nerdy stuff, like I've just recently read a lot of books in the Temeraire series, which is the Napoleon Wars, but with dragons.
Wow.
Yeah, it sounds ludicrous, but it's so nice. Like the first 2 or 3 books are just super relaxing and so nice. It's the early life of a really rare dragon that has this captain that just, unfortunately for him in the beginning, just is dragged into the English aerial service, which is basically like dragon riders doing it professionally in the army, and he's just happens to be there when the dragon egg hatches, and so he has to be that dragon's rider. And it's a fantastic series. I'm on book 5 now, out of 8 books or something.
Wow.
And I'm just plowing through them.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah. So great recommendations. The Temeraire series, that's what they're called,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
The first book is called His Majesty's Dragon.
Cool.
Sounds epic.
Yes.
Lucia Farah has crawled back into the Mystic Messenger world and is stuck there now.
Goodbye.
Understandable. They just released new content, so it's understandable.
It's so addictive. And Cecilia says Carrie Pilby is on Netflix. Watch it.
Awesome.
Cool. I think that's plenty of recommendations for this week.
Ooh, I have one more thing. For those people who loves RuPaul Drag Race, there's gonna be like this RuPaul Drag Race Christmas thing in Oslo around in December, I think.
Oh no!
So check that out. I think it's gonna be at Centrum Scene or something. I don't remember it in my head. None of my favorite queens are gonna perform there, but there are some cool ones, of course, but not the top 3. But...
I really want to go see that now. Can we go together?
Yeah, if time allows it, then yes.
Cool.
Yeah, and also there's going to be a live show of the Game Grumps and Jacksepticeye who are coming to Oslo.
That's true.
Yeah,
which is called Ready Player 3. I immediately bought tickets, and we're going like. I have so many friends going, so it's going to be this huge group when we meet up for that, and I have no idea what's going to happen in it. Like, they have posted no information about what it's actually going to be, so we're just like speculating and being like, oh, cool, this might happen or this might happen. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Also, I went and saw Les Mis earlier this week. So go see that because it was awesome, and Therese Cosplay is in it as a she's in the background, but she's in there.
Yeah, she plays in Les Mis. How cool is that? Okay, I'm putting my foot down. It's enough overcast now. We're 21 minutes over time. We're done. We're done. Okay, no more cool stuff. I'm sorry. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining us tonight. It's been wonderful having you on as guests.
Thank you for allowing us to be here.
Yes, it was very fun.
Yes.
Please bring us back.
Always.
I hope a lot of people are inspired to make OCs.
Yes, we hope so, because we certainly are. I'm so looking forward to working on OCs now. It's crazy. Also, join us next Sunday. We will be joined by American cosplayer Jeanett. That'll be very cool. Yes. So we're going to interview her a little bit. And beyond that, I don't have a clear schedule for what our other few episodes and activities will be, but we will be updating you as usual on our CosCast Facebook pages and on Instagram and stuff, so just, stay tuned. And that's going to be it for tonight, so thank you for watching, and bye-bye!
Mushrooms!
Bye!
Bye! Mushrooms, yes.